Benromach Champions edition number 2, tasting with James, born with authentic wine and spirits.
Thank you for having me.
This is incredible. So Authentic Wine and Spirits in Canada is the main distributor for Benromach, MacPhail, and are you guys doing the Cairn?
We are indeed.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try those too.
Yes.
I'm going to pour you a dram, and we're going to get some tasting notes from James.
Yeah. Congratulations on this whole
Thank you.
project. I'm very curious. I did try the first edition, but it was from a vial, and so I never felt confident that I really got the full experience of the first one.
Okay.
But this will be my first time trying this. So
Cheers.
thank you.
Fine.
Ooh. Okay, so I mean, first of all, I don't actually even know that much about this. So I'm assuming there's some sherry casks in here. There might be more than one type of cask, correct?
This is a single cask.
It is a single cask. Okay.
It's organic.
Okay. It's a
Okay.
original cask.
It's unpeated, so it's unlike their usual peat and smoke. So there's no smoke in this.
Traditionally, a lot of the organic casks were bottled when because they were original, they were bottling them at like 6, 7, 8, or 9 years old, where some of the batches we have, but they were always at 46%. I've never had one of these at cask strength before.
When we tasted it in Scotland, it was 63-ish%.
Yeah.
So when they bottled it, it's now 57.7%.
That's just the ABV just dropping naturally. Yeah. That's something I always take into consideration when I receive cask samples here, is that, it might be like 52 when we try it, but it's most likely been moved from a more stable spot to the warehouse at MacPhail, which is, just moving a cask, like you risk right away that there's kind of a change in, yeah. I always, that's lovely.
It's 14 years.
Okay. Yeah. I've never tried anything this mature from virginal from Benromach. So this is totally unlike any Benromach I've ever tried before. Interestingly, I'm sure you've seen, there's a few of these virgin oak single casks that have started to show up. And I've actually had customers ask me for them. And I always tell them, I don't get offered this. So this is pretty special that you had access to this and did something, because, these are very rare. Very cool.
So they selected 3 samples for us to try. And 2 of us agreed that this was the better one.
Yeah. Oh, but it wasn't unanimous.
It wasn't unanimous.
So how did you settle it?
Well, we did not exactly twist his arm.
The Terry gets her way. Is that what happened?
Yeah, okay, let's just say that.
That's enough.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got your way. I mean, this is lovely. What I notice is you do get a little bit of that kind of like savory, salty character that Benromach always has on the nose. So it smells like Benromach there, but obviously there's no smoke.
There's no smoke.
There's no smoke, but the wood, and you kind of get a little bit of barrel char on the nose, which kind of like almost like, it's like a little bit of a bait and switch type of with the peat, because you still get the savory side, but then, so it's like a very kind of interesting mix of aromas. It very much reminds me of like that, the walking into the bakery smell, which is like, I love that when you get that with virgin oak, but it doesn't smell like sawn wood, No.
It's quite powerful.
Yeah, it is. But that's, Benromach at cask strength just is always powerful. It just always is. Yeah, in fact, sometimes I do these Benromach tastings where we do 8 single casks back to back. And you get to the end and you're just like white knuckling the table, like being like, okay, focus in here. It's so crazy, right?
So what do you get from this aromatically?
Yeah, so as it's sitting and opening up, again, I think that fresh baking character and the baking spice is lovely. There is, interestingly, like when I first put my nose to it, it does have a bit of a dried fruit character that I normally associate with sherried Benromach, which I never got that from a Benromach organic bottling before. So that's really unusual.
Yeah, I think it's interesting too, because Jeff, he pointed out all the darker chocolate notes, and that really comes through at the very end. And for me, when I initially tried it, I got everything in the beginning, which was that bright citrus aroma, and then it just continues to evolve.
It smells very lively. Yeah.
I think that's why I really enjoyed this particular bottling, or this cask, because of that constant evolution.
Yeah.
It keeps changing in the glass.
Yeah, this is something that with Benromach that it's tough to nail down. Like for instance, like we sell GlenAllachie. GlenAllachie often like the flavor's like right at the front of your palate. It hits you. Like that's I feel fairly consistent about that. But Benromach sometimes, like we bottled that Cask 360, for instance, it was a 21-year-old bourbon barrel. It actually was very soft on the nose, but then like it hit your palate like bang, right? It was like big and it exploded. But this kind of like they're not always the same that way. They, you know, it definitely seems to vary barrel to barrel, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. And then tasting.
So first of all, what you notice is there's a real big, that kind of dried fruit and the spice at the beginning isn't the first flavor you get. It's more the freshness and the citrus, but then the oak kind of like really expands and it's your palate. It's like, that's where I get like the dark chocolate and like almost a little bit of roasted coffee.
Yeah.
And it's just, it becomes like very buttery and textural. And it, to me, it stays right on the line where sometimes single malts and virgin oak, like it gets drying and it gets like almost like tannic in the mouth. This doesn't do that. It's still like, it's still a lot of wood, but like truthfully, it reminds me of like really great old bourbons where you're like, oh man, the wood is under control. And that, like, I mean, it has a little bit of that character.
That's what they're so good at doing, right? Is managing their oak program.
Yeah. I mean, just perfect storage, right? Like low storage in dunnage with full warehouses. And it's amazing how that pays off.
Yeah.
So let's go. It almost tastes like this cask might have even had more room to go on the other end, which is crazy for a 14-year-old virgin oak. So good pick.
Thank you.
It's fun. I enjoyed this.
I'm really sad that Canada didn't get
well, we tried. I know it's tricky. So I definitely asked for an allocation for Canada. The problem is, I mean, this sold out in the gift shop in like a matter of weeks. And so it's a little bit tricky to steal from that.
I know.
Yeah. So
I know. If you ever find any more samples that are similar to this profile, please.
I may have requested one.
Okay.
We'll see.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You heard it. Awesome. Cool. Thanks.
Thank you for sharing.
Cheers.
Cheers. Jerry, I love it. The nose is wonderful.
I know.
The nose is really wonderful.